Dolph time. Okay, guys. So, one of the craziest things ever that I've ever watched in my whole life happened on Sunday night. If you guys didn't know, I am from Minnesota and I am a huge football fan, and I absolutely love the Vikings. And they're definitely my favorite football team. Grew up watching them, everything. So it is the playoffs this week, and the game by halftime. The Vikings were playing the New Orleans Saints. We were up 17-0, and by the last minute or so, they kicked a field goal to go up 22-21. It was 23-21. So they were beating us by 2 points. We needed to kick a field goal. We needed to do just nothing super insane to get it. And one of the most insane plays happened ever in my whole life. There is only 10 seconds left. I'm just gonna pull up the video because this is one of my favorite things that I have ever personally been around when it actually happened, and for a team that I personally love as my favorite team and stuff. But watch this. Like, we had no timeouts, there's nothing, so we literally needed to get to the sideline. And so our QB is Case Keenum, and that's Stephon Diggs that is catching that. And with 0 seconds left, we score a freaking touchdown, guys. Like, I kind of lost my voice a little bit during the party because this is insane. I was so speechless. And like Case Keenum, the quarterback, Stephon Diggs, a lot of the guys that are in the Vikings were just so speechless at this game because it's just insane. And it was nuts too, because we were watching on the Fox Sports app, and the game was running totally fine. And then there's one clip, maybe I'll just click it back to this, you see them like run into the tunnel a little bit, or they won't show. Yeah, it just froze right there. And because if you guys didn't know in football, they have to confirm every single touchdown. And so I was like really nervous that something was gonna happen, because if you guys didn't know, like, the Vikings have had one of the worst playoff lucks ever of any football team ever. I don't know if it's any team in general, but at least in football, they have been to the Super Bowl, I think 4 or 5 times, and lost all of them. They have, like, back in 2009, we actually played the Saints, so this is kind of like a revenge game, which is really great that this happened to this team. Sorry if you're any Saints fans, but the Saints back in 2009 beat the Vikings in like a last minute play, and a lot of players on the Vikings got hurt. And one reason why Saints turned into one of my least favorite teams ever, it wasn't because they beat us, but I found out later through different news stuff that Sean Payton, their coach at the time, paid players to take dirty shots at the Vikings. So that escalated them to be my least favorite team in the NFL, probably at least until Sean Payton's gone. Just because as long as he's there, and he was okay with it happening back then, I'm not saying no one can change, but that kind of stuff stays around, and it could happen again if they're really desperate for stuff. So I'm just not a fan. Not a fan, but this game was insane. I don't know if I'm gonna have any footage from what my friend, that was because we had like a little get together with some other friends from Minnesota that live in Tennessee, or just some friends that are coming over there that just wanted to hang out and stuff, and everyone lost their mind. Like, my throat's doing better, but it was definitely going. And one of my friends, after it, he was like, his voice was almost gone just from all the yelling and celebrating and stuff like that. It was funny because I was sitting, it was my friend John, and then my friend Steve were right next to me, and he was on the other side of John. Like, we were standing up, and we're just like, I was sitting down because I'm like, oh my gosh, we have 10 seconds. And with how the Vikings history is, like, we're not gonna get this going. Like, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be rough. But we get this play, and so Steve and John are both up, and I'm about to stand up and go, yeah! And John turns around and is like, oh my gosh, and then bear hugs both of us and like pretty much tackles us to the couch. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. It was so crazy too, because one of my friends, she was just like, hey, so I had an interesting dream last night. And I'm like, all right, so what's the dream? So he's like, well, the Vikings are going to beat the Saints today, and the Vikings are going to play the Patriots and beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And I am like, I am all for that. That would be so fun. It's crazy because if you guys didn't know, the Super Bowl for the NFL, for football, American football, the Super Bowl is going to be in Minnesota. So it'd be the first team ever to play at their own home stadium for a Super Bowl, which would blow my mind. And I would just, man, if that actually happens, I'm just already like speechless. Like it's just already crazy, just like trying to wrap my mind around everything, because it's just like we went from like literally like the whole first half of the game, like, oh my gosh, 17-0, heck yeah, we're doing great, to being like, oh, I guess we're doing okay. Well, at least like at least they got a touchdown. Okay, they got another, oh my gosh, they got another touchdown, and they get the third touchdown, and there's like a minute left. And honestly, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know how. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how. I don't know how this is gonna happen, how this is gonna like actually go through. And then freaking A, if you guys couldn't tell, like what kind of defense the Saints were playing was, it's prevent defense, but it's like sideline. So all they're doing is they're trying to stop big plays, but at the same time to stop them from getting out of bounds. It's only 10 seconds. We don't have any timeouts. So if we catch the ball and stay in bounds, most likely we're not going to get another playoff. So that would have been the end of the game. But when Stefon Diggs caught the ball, the safety that was supposed to stop the person from going out of bounds completely missed Diggs. Like, and if you guys didn't know, a lot of people in the NFL, they don't like full, because what you're taught in high school is to wrap up. At least that's what they taught me. When you tackle somebody, you're supposed to wrap up and drive. And with the NFL, I don't know if it's just because everyone's so big or whatever, is they all like really lead with their shoulder. Like they really go in. So like the guy you can see is trying to take out Stefon Diggs' legs, so he can't go anywhere with his shoulder. I don't know why I'm saying knee. Trying to take out his legs with his shoulder, and completely whiffs. Guy completely misses Stefon Diggs, and it was a 60-yard touchdown. It was nuts, or 61, whatever. It was insane. I'm like, today was literally like the best football game ending, at least the ending wise, I've ever seen ever in my whole life. It was so crazy. And it is biased because I am a Vikings fan, but like that doesn't really ever happen for Vikings teams, at least since I've been alive. Like that kind of stuff usually is like the Patriots or like Green Bay Packers, which is like Patriots, like I'm really indifferent around. Like it's cool that they've won so many, and it's awesome that they've been that great for that long. But if the Packers are like a division rival, do not like them. They're probably my least favorite team of all time. Yeah, probably that or the Saints. Saints and them are pretty neck and neck with everything. So it's going to be great. Next week, the Vikings play the Eagles at the Eagles, because the Eagles were the first seed in our conference and the Vikings were the 2 seed. So they get home advantage the whole way up until the Super Bowl. So it's going to be awesome. I'm super pumped because the Eagles look like definitely a team we can beat. Just because their starting QB, who is amazing, got hurt like with I think 3 games left in the regular season. So I am super pumped. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. But on top of all of that, on Tuesday, I am gonna be going to Canada. I'm going to Toronto, Canada for a couple days with Grayson, who, if you guys saw my last vlog, he was the guy driving at the beginning of the vlog. He owns Looping Productions, and then one of the producers, his name is Alex, which I'm really good friends with both. It is going to be a ton of fun, and I always love hanging out with Grayson, and I haven't hung out with Alex in a while, but he's always an awesome dude to hang out with too. So I'm super excited about that. The drive is going to suck, of course, because I think it's 12 hours there and then 12 hours back. So that's the part that's going to really suck. But outside of that, it's going to be great because I have friends in Toronto, and I'm going to try to hang out with them and stuff like that. So it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited for this week. I'm so excited just for everything. Oh man, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around everything that just happened with that game. I'm seriously just blown away. It's like I said, like this kind of stuff doesn't really ever happen for Vikings teams ever. Like this kind of stuff in like this high pressure of a game with this much time left. Literally, if you guys couldn't tell, when he ran into the end zone, the time ended. And it was funny because we were just hanging out. And if you guys don't know football, they kick an extra point, and the refs made the Vikings kick an extra point, even though like all the Saints were gone, and it didn't matter. Like scoring an extra point's not going to change the outcome of the game. If it was like tied at the same point and the extra point made us win, that totally makes sense. But this one, it's 29-24 without the extra point. Who cares? It's so dumb. I really hope they change that rule next year, just because I felt bad for like the Saints guys, because they made some of the Saints players come back onto the field for the extra point. So I just felt bad for those guys, because they're like the refs kind of pretty much are just like rubbing it in their face that they lost. So I was just like, that part I don't like. I really don't like these people, but I don't want to like. I'm not the person that I don't like a show like what's the word, smart aleck, or like a show off kind of thing. I'm not into that kind of stuff. So that was just like, come on guys, like I really hope like you don't have to do that for next year or anything like that, but it's gonna be great. So in the NFC, which is the Vikings are in, they're playing the Eagles for the championship, and then the AFC, which is the other conference, it's gonna be the Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars, which sounds really weird saying that they got that far, but they showed they could put up lots of points against the Steelers today. So I'm excited for that game, and both the games should be awesome. So I'm super excited about that. Guys, that was kind of it. Man, like I said, I'm still just blown away by everything that happened. So guys, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I honestly don't know if your weekend can top how my weekend ended with everything, but it was amazing. I hope you guys' weekend was amazing. Hope your guys' week is great too. God, I just pray for everyone that's watching these videos. God, I pray that you just bless them and let this week just be an amazing week. God, I pray for their health and just for anything that they're going through in their life with school or work or anything. God, I pray that you just bless them and help them through that. And God, I just pray that you just open so many doors for this channel and in my life, God, that do amazing things for this awesome community and stuff like that, God. So I just pray all this in your name. Amen. So guys, I just hope you're having an awesome day and an awesome week. And if you remember nothing else too, remember it's Dolph time. All right, I'll see you guys later.